Ubiquiti released a G4 Instant camera adding to its Instant lineup, and today I'm going to give you a side-by-side comparison and show you the differences between the two, or even if there are any at all. Before I get started though, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment down below because it helps me with the algorithm. Also, if you want to support the channel in other ways, there are my affiliate links down in the description below, and also there's a super thanks button, so there's always different ways to help the channel. And also, let me say thank you to all of you who have subscribed and watching this video. So let's start by taking a physical look at the cameras, then we'll talk tech specs, and then we'll have a look at the footage day and night, both indoor and outdoor. Let's start by looking at these cameras side by side. You can see they are fairly similar in size. The G4 Instant is the one here. This is slightly bigger as you would expect it to be, having a slightly higher specification and weatherproofing, but it has the same sort of mount on the back, and at the bottom you have the USB connectors. So you can see on this side there's a little flap which keeps it protected, so they're both USB-C connected. On the front you can also see the lens is slightly bigger on this one, and you've got the two microphone and audio ports on here as well. You have the UI logo and the speaker just down here, so not really too much difference in terms of the look of these. With the G3 Instant you have the traditional USB or USB type A and USB-C on the other side, which you can see just here, and it comes with a plug. Ubiquiti continuously tend to give us more problems than we need in the UK by sending us a European plug. It says a UK plug is coming soon, but they're pretty much just going to send an adapter when they finally get round to doing it. So if you're in the UK, keep that one in mind. For the G4 Instant, it's USB-C both sides. So you can see just here, you've got two USB connections, and it sits quite flushly inside. So same with both cameras, you can see, just flicker the switch behind here, and that just connects straight in. There you go, just like that. So that's connected, and there we go, and then you plug it into the wall. That being said, if you ever wanted to power these via PoE, there is an adapter you can buy on the Ubiquiti store, which is a USB to PoE adapter. What that does have is it does have the traditional type A port, but you could always get an adapter for that also as well. So we're adapters. But anyway, nonetheless, if it's a solution that you're looking for and you don't want to actually run any power to this, you can run it off PoE adapter. And it does work for the G3 and the G4 Instant, just a slightly different connector. Some people have also said you can run these off power banks as well, so if you have a power bank that you want to plug this into, you can run it off that as well. Now we have seen the physical difference, let's have a look at the differences under the hood. From what you can see, they do look fairly similar. The G3 Instant has a 2 megapixel CMOS sensor which gives you a 1080p image at 30 frames per second, and that resolution is 1920 by 1080. The G4 has a 5 megapixel CMOS sensor which gives you 2K video. The resolution for this is 2688 by 1512, again 30 frames per second. As I mentioned earlier, they both have USB-C, they have dual band Wi-Fi. The G3 Instant has a 133 degree wide angle lens, so a slightly wider image, whereas the G4 Instant isn't quite as wide with 102.4 degrees. Still wider than your average CCTV camera, so they are classed as wide angle lenses. Both models have IR sensors for night vision, two-way audio. They have the same dual core ARM A7 CPU and 2 GB of RAM. So you ask what the price is. If you don't already know, the Instant comes in at $29, which is a really good price in the US, and 33 euros in the EU. The G4 Instant is slightly more expensive at $99 in the US and 112 euros in the EU. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video quality of these cameras and see how they compare. Just before we quickly go to the video quality, I just want to quickly go over the settings quickly, just to show you if there is any difference between the two. So you can see I have on the left hand side I have the G3 Instant, and on the right hand side I have the G4 Instant, and the initial overview page there isn't really much difference. If I go to recording mode now on the G3 Instant and the G4 Instant, you can see they're exactly the same just here. So detections to record. The only thing I'm quite surprised with is the G4 Instant doesn't actually have any smart detections, whereas most of the other G4 range does. You have detection record settings, which are the same, and pretty much, if I just quickly open these up, they are exactly the same. So you can see you've got the frame rate and the image quality, you can edit the motion zones and edit the privacy zones, And then again, if we go to the settings, you can see these are pretty much the same as well. So you have the camera, device group, adjust the camera picture, so you can adjust it straight from here, microphone sensitivity, infrared, and finally just down here you have manage, you have the RTSP streams, so you have the slightly higher quality of the G4 Instant, the SSID, and what you want to display on the camera also as well. So not really too much difference in terms of the settings of what you can see on the UniFi console. Here we have a side-by-side comparison of the G3 and G4 Instant during the day, me walking towards with my license plate. You can see on the left-hand side is the G3 and on the right-hand side is the G4. We then do exactly the same test at night time, so again me walking towards. Now we know the IR lights are going to reflect off the number plate quite a bit, but towards the end of it you can see a little bit more of the license plate. Standing about 2 meters away from the camera, this is an audio test from the Instant camera. Hopefully you can hear the sound nice and clear. Standing about 2 meters away from the camera, this is an audio test from Instant camera. Hopefully you can hear the sound nice and clear. And finally you have a test of me indoor, where of me waving at the camera in my studio. And again the same at night, so you can see the difference between day and night of the image. So tell me what you think of these cameras. For me, if you're using the G3 Instant inside, it's a no-brainer. For $29, it's a steal, and you can have this as many as you need inside your house. However, if you're looking for that extra sharpness of image and wanting to use this outside, then the G4 Instant might be the model for you. Now, I did do some testing of the G3 Instant outside, so don't come for me in the comments, but it's there just to give you an idea of what it's like. Let me know down in the comments below if you're running either of these models and what your thoughts are. This is Insidewire, and I'll see you in the next one.